Luke Muir Mitchell, born July 24, 1988, is the Scottish teenager convicted of murdering his girlfriend Jodi Jones in June 2003. On June 30, 2003, 14-year-old Jodi Jones was found brutally murdered in Dalkeith, Scotland. Her body was along a path through some woods, and she had been subjected to what prosecutors would later describe in court as a savage knife attack. Her mutilated body had been found by Mitchell and the Jones family, who were leading a search for her after she had failed to return home. Jodi had set out to visit Luke Mitchell, her boyfriend, and Mitchell himself was one of many local people taking part in the search. The fact that Mitchell and his dog discovered the body very quickly, and that the search was at night and in poor weather, would later play a major part in the criminal investigation. Eventually, Mitchell was arrested and charged with the crime. At his trial at the High Court of Justiciary at Edinburgh, he pleaded not guilty. During the 42-day trial which followed, the jury heard evidence from both Mitchell's mother and brother, as well as visiting the crime scene. The evidence of Shane Mitchell was crucial, as it contradicted the alibi his brother gave as part of his defence, as Luke Mitchell said that he was at home cooking dinner at the time of the murder. The trial is the longest of a single accused in Scottish legal history. On January 21, 2005, the jury found him guilty after just 5 hours. Mitchell, aged 16 at the time of his conviction, was condemned as being truly wicked by Judge Lord Nimmo Smith. He was also found guilty of a separate charge of supplying cannabis. Mitchell's sentencing took place on February 11, 2005. Nimmo Smith told Mitchell that he would spend a minimum of 20 years in prison before being considered for parole. Mitchell was supposedly a major fan of Marilyn Manson and had reportedly taken a keen interest in the Black Dahlia case of 1947, an unsolved homicide whereby an aspiring young actress was found murdered and mutilated in Los Angeles. Mitchell described himself as a goth and scribbled satanic symbols on his school books. As well as dealing cannabis, he was reportedly a heavy user of the drug. However, his supposed gothic outlook may well be questionable, considering the information provided by the media is of a nature that has resulted in many misconceptions in the past. In fact, a 2007 BBC documentary showed Mitchell only owned one CD by Manson, bought after the murder took place, and there is no actual evidence that Mitchell knew of the Dahlia case till after the murder. It was stated during the trial that Mitchell's clothes may have been destroyed in a garden incinerator, and neighbours noted a strange smell coming from the garden. Also during the trial, a mock-up of the wall at the crime scene was made. Mitchell went through a distinctive V-shaped hole in one part of the wall to find the body, claiming that a family dog had alerted him to something suspicious. This was challenged by members of the search team, and the prosecution stated that only the killer could have known the exact location of Jodi's body. Along with the testimony of Shane Mitchell, these facts seem to form the main basis of the prosecution. The mock-up wall was erected in the Lay Hall below Parliament Hall within Parliament House, across the road from the High Court of Justiciary building in Edinburgh's Old Town, where the trial was being heard. The lack of DNA evidence and alleged interest in Satanism and Marilyn Manson have led critics to believe that Luke was found guilty more so because of his taste in music and clothes, hardly an abnormal, rather than because there was hard evidence against him.